this is a historical landmark.
Yeah.
So you are not allowed to knock this building down. And then they're like,
well,
they went back to them. Can we? Is there a 30-day refund on this? They're like, nah, this isn't a as the purchase, bro. Like you bought a whole land.
Welcome back, guys, to another Unorthodox reaction. This is another Unorthodox intro. Today we are back again with
Unorthodox reactions, Unorthodox intro.
Welcome back, guys, to another Unorthodox reaction. Today we are back again with a reaction. What is it called?
Internet historian, aka Incognito mode. Incognito mode. Architecture. You ready?
No.
Are you ready?
No.
Am I ready? No. Are you ready?
Nobody's ready. But everybody must go. Ghana must go.
It's made possible by NordVPN. Architecture. Architecture. What's the deal with architecture? Why do they call them buildings when they're no longer in construction? They should be called builts. And why do they always use that blue paper for plans? And why is nobody outside? And why can't I get into this house? And why are they calling the cops? And why won't the voices in my head stop? And who gave me this gun? All this and more on this episode of In the Quarantine. Did you hear about that building? What had all the reflective bits on it, and then it caused some fires?
What the fuck? No.
Okay, here's how I remember the story goes. There was a guy, his name was Frank Gehry, and he was commissioned to make like a new opera house, I think it was. So he goes, you know what? I'm going to make this thing that actually looks like a big piece of shit. It's all made out of glass, stainless steel, or concrete.
Right.
Those are the three ingredients they know how to bake a cake with now.
Right.
So he made this thing, and it looks like a big crumpled up piece of paper. What they didn't realize is they didn't take into account, well, there's this massive ball of plasma in the sky that seems to shine a lot.
The moon.
The moon.
How many vending machines are on the moon, Smet? Shut up.
Over one per person.
I fucking love vending machines.
And it can reflect, right? Those beams just shoot off in the other direction.
Right.
And sometimes they strike other buildings. So, you know, you'll be in the 20th floor and all of a sudden you're getting this big bright light in your eye. Oh, God.
Right.
It's Frank Gehry's building. It's coming right through the window. And then sometimes it would concentrate a ray like right down on somene's parked car.
Right.
There's some good images where there's like people's parked cars and they've just got like, it looks like a death ray.
Holy shit.
It's burnt right over the top.
That is interesting.
Yeah, I thought so.
I hope that's true.
I do too. After the recording, I looked into it and it was not.
Frank Gehry didn't build the death ray. The original death ray building was built by Raphael Vinoli. It is the Vidal Hotel in Las Vegas. Guests complain of being burnt by the concave glass surface of the hotel, reflecting sunlight into the pool area. Raphael Vinoli built a second death ray tower in London. Dubbed the walkie-talkie for its distinct shape. The walkie-talkie was fixed by installing shade structures. Okay, I'm gonna finish reading that. Okay,
Don't you have to build that?
Okay, outside of the building. Alright, cool.
It's in an Italian city called Pisa.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
Torre Pendente de Pisa.
Oh, the tower is situated behind the Pisa Cathedral and is the third oldest structure in the city's cathedral square.
The tower began to lean during construction in the 12th century due to soft ground.
This is a weird one because it's one of those things that you're not actually allowed to fix. So you've got to stop it from falling over. We have the technology to fix it. We could fix the Tower of Pisa.
Right.
We could lay down a concrete slab underneath it, no problem.
Right.
But you're not allowed to because that ruins all.
Yeah, because that's...
Yeah.
That would leave them so much money because they won't get tourists coming.
Leaning Tower is now just the tower.
All of its prestige.
Nobody would ever visit.
Exactly. It's no longer the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
I'm going to be the architect who built the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
But if anyone knows, are you actually allowed to go inside? Because I don't imagine they'll let people inside because it's still structurally.
No, I'm definitely sure they reconstructed the structure to make it stronger.
So people are allowed
I
inside.
don't think people are allowed inside, but it's definitely stronger because if it wasn't, it would just fall over one day, wouldn't it?
But yeah, obviously that's what I'm saying. Like they keep the structure, but I think obviously to maintain that, they'll probably not let people in.
I don't know. We're not
Pizza.
security
I come home to my mother, played by you, and reveal that it didn't go exactly as according to plan. Okay? Mama, I'm back home from building my Tower of Pisa.
Come in. There's dinner on the table.
Oh, fantastic. My favorite, spaghetti and meatballs. Listen, Mama, I know you want to be proud of your son.
It's lasagna.
I know you want to be proud of your son, but I got something to tell you.
Oh yeah, it's about the tower, how well it stands. I know how much you like vertical towers and things to go straight up in the air.
Listen, Mama, it's not all about...
I know you're always talking about how things should go straight up and down, just like your personality, straight up and down.
Mama, listen. Not all towers need to be straight up and down.
What are you talking about, Guillermo?
I gotta be my own man, Ma. We can't just keep doing what Dad did. My tower, it's
What's wrong with it?
it's leaning a little bit. It's something to the tune of maybe 5 degrees.
On purpose?
Well, I mean, when we built it, I thought the ground was hard. You put your foot down, you hear the taps. But and listen, they say they're gonna call it the Leaning Tower of Pisa, Mama.
I'm very disappointed in you, son. I'm gonna be honest. I'm taking this lasagna.
You know what makes this funny is this is a conversation I can genuinely see happening in like a friggin' movie or a game. Well, I don't know what the plot would be, but this would be like a conversation.
They're just there like...
Not like bringing the villain backstory or something.
Yeah. That's like, yeah.
Like from that day on, then I was forever shamed by the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Now everything must lean.
I would destroy everything. Oh yeah, like now I saw everything must lean. Friggin' Doofenshmirtz or something.
Exactly.
And I'm putting it back in the pantry.
But Mama, the tomato sauce is perfect.
Stupid.
I don't know what we're doing anymore. Like imagine like you and me got into a fight,
Right.
And I moved in next door, and I knocked down whatever shed was there prior,
Right.
And I tell them, hey, I'm gonna build myself in an apartment.
Yeah.
But I have an architecture do it, and it's just like a big reflective satellite dish, just right into your fucking bedroom, just right where the head of your pillow is.
Yeah.
Could they stop me from doing that? Like it's my property, right?
I don't know.
I have to worry about the sun? No, fuck that. I'm just gonna build my house, which is a satellite dish.
Yeah, you probably can't. You'd probably have a difficult time getting permission from the council.
Well, they wouldn't know. They're gonna factor in the reflection of the sun. Fucking Disney didn't.
Put big radioactive stickers all over them.
Right.
Just to make him know.
Just one giant bird feeder. So you have nothing but just pigeons within 4 miles just swooping in and out of the fucking yard, yeah.
That's probably legal.
Oh.
And you could just have like all of your neighbors are just covered in shit. Zaha Hadid.
Right. Mother of Bella Hadid.
Oh.
That's not true. That's probably not true. Right. Mother of Bella Hadid.
She's fine.
Why are you pausing and you already see it?
That's not true. That's probably not true.
Maybe he didn't. Something.
A lot of these look... I mean, I think a lot of these are just different angles of the same building, but her stuff looks pretty good from this initial Google search.
Do you know how difficult it would be to clean some of this stuff?
Yeah, especially since they made it all white.
I know it kind of looks cool, but at the same time, I kind of hate this stuff. This looks to me, although it does look modern, it looks to me like a Matchbox race car track.
Yeah, it looks like you could slide down the side of one of these, yeah.
This is a fantastic design for, say, a luxury cruise ship.
Yeah.
But as a building, looks like shit. How do I get in the front door? I don't know. Just keep walking around and around and around until you find one gap.
No windows, by the way, or like little peeking windows on this one?
Right there.
This just seems like a bad haircut.
That looked like they were told. No, that looked like they were told they had that land And because they took so long constructing it, they put someone else there to build that building, and then they were like,
do you see like the building?
Yeah.
It just reminds me of Johnny Bravo with the hair.
oh yeah,
That's what I was thinking. That's straight away. That's what I thought of.
Johnny Bravo.
And look,
Thank you.
they've built it on top of this beautiful
That's
building
what I'm
down here.
saying. They built it on
Yeah,
top
this
of that
isn't
building.
exactly what.
Yeah, I think it might have been the case where like that's probably like a
No.
like a landmark type thing where they're not allowed to knock it down.
No, that's what I'm saying. So they were told like, oh yeah, you guys got this building, and then after
But you
someone
can't
else
knock
came in
the
the next
building
day.
down.
Someone else came in the next day and gave the land to these guys to make this building, and then they made that building, and they were like, oh well, we've got to move the design for our building. They're like, well, just put it on top.
No. So I think the way it went was that they bought the land. They're like, alright, I got this dope idea for a building. It's gonna look like Johnny Bravo with the hair and everything, and it's gonna look sick. And the base is gonna be like his ship and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I've got this building, but don't worry about it. We can do it. So they buy the land and everything, and then they're about to start knocking it down. Then they get a letter from the council saying,
Yeah, you can't
this
knock
is
it down.
a architectural what do they call it? Historical
Artifact or whatever.
yeah, like this is a historical landmark.
Yeah.
So you are not allowed to knock this building down. And then they're like,
Well,
they went
put it
back
on
to
top.
them. Can we? Is there a 30-day refund on this? They're like, nah, this isn't a Asda purchase, bro. Like you bought a whole land. They're like,
You gotta put it on top.
yeah, just I guess we can just put it on top, like.
Put it on top, yeah.
And then it was finished. They're like,
Yeah, it'll work.
it was kind of like the Emperor's New Clothes, where they had to big him up, like, you know what, that looks really good.
That's tough.
But as soon as he turned around, like, bro, yeah, that's it.
What we meant by adding a modern addition to these rather old-looking buildings. People need to come to us for ideas, man. That's what I'm saying.
They do. I'm tired. You know what? I've got another idea as well. Have you ever seen the center of Australia?
I haven't seen Australia outside of Roadrunner cartoons.
This is outrageous. livable, uninhabitable, wasteland, nothing.
Looks like Mars.
It basically is, but like way hotter.
Yeah,
If you're stuck here, you'd need to go underground.
Why? Because it's too hot on the surface?
Yeah, you'd end up with regularly 45-degree days.
Quietly translates that to Fahrenheit. Oh, whoa, that's crazy hot.
Yeah, it's a desert. But you look at this, right? And there's an obvious solution to the problem.
Skyscrapers?
You you start digging
What's
a
the
big
solution?
fuck off channel, and you go like from there to there, and then you just let water flow right through the middle. And the only
That's a valid solution, to be fair.
This is the only livable areas.
No. So the green areas are like
livable.
livable,
That's
where
what
you
I'm
can
saying, yeah.
build buildings on top. But the other areas, I think what they do is they live underground. So they can't like, live at the top, because then it's basically gonna be like friggin' scorching. But I think that what they do is they live underground.
only reason they don't do that because of all these people who are like, well, there's a desert lizard, and it would be quite disturbed if you dug up some of the sand.
That's probably accurate.
We're all
Wildlife.
residing in like 4 cities.
Right.
Because they're the only places you can live in this desert continent. But if you just made a big channel and made this arable land, we could all spread out. And we're the same size as the continental USA. We could be the next USA. We could fit another 100 million people there. But why don't they do it? The lizards.
What do you reckon that would...
I feel like they might get to the point where they do it though, if population ever gets that bad.
Yeah, maybe.
But I feel like for now they're just letting the wildlife people have their way, because they don't want any more complaints and stuff.
cost? Geological disturbation aside, neither one of those were real words. What do you reckon that would cost? Like a communal effort?
Okay, you could certainly compare it to the Panama Canal. $375 million. That's cheap.
That's including 10 million paid to Panama and 40 million paid to the French company. So assuming that Australia did this themselves, you could actually knock 50 million off that price.
Australia logistically is a lot easier than Panama, and you don't have to work through, any of the corrupt government systems. We have all of the machinery here. We're a massive mining exporter.
Oh.
So we can just dig these channels,
In my head, I was picturing like a Call of Duty airstrike through the entire thing.
Nukes.
we would have done in like 4 days or something. We definitely wouldn't be able to keep the lizards after that, I guess.
We'll overestimate, right? So 3,000 divided by 80, which is kilometers for the Panama Canal. 37.5 times 375 million equals 14 billion. That is so cheap.
Think about the fucking internet historian theme park.
But I mean, to be fair,
Man said that is so
when
cheap.
you take into account the price of the economy or the price that being able to populate those areas gonna bring in the long term, it is cheap.
Yeah.
But when you take inside the actual amount,
Yeah.
that's a ridiculous amount of money.
cheap.
We could fucking put together with all this newly found inhabitable land now.
It's a slide, and it starts at 80 Mile Beach.
And it ends at the hospital.
Why don't they do it? The lizards. When are they going to give this thing Windows? That's what I want to know.
What's it running currently? I gotta stop making that joke.
So we'd give it some Windows. We could also add...
An octagon at the base for UFC fights? It's already a giant cage.
The only rules are there are no rules. If you added some curtains,
Oh, look at that.
and then it's like, right, 6 p.m., close the drapes,
Right.
and then you know that the Eiffel Tower is shut.
Yeah.
And everyone inside can get some sleep.
There's no one
Next
inside,
one,
though.
Frank Gehry.
This guy.
Gehry.
This is the one every.
I think there are people inside from time to time.
No one lives in there though.
Well, they don't live in there.
Yeah, but yeah, you can be inside the after.
But yeah, I was just saying, like, they could convert it and then make it like a, I don't know, freaking luxurious office or something.
Okay.
With a UFC cage underneath.
Everybody would
I'll
know.
go to
This
which
is
fight.
one of, yeah, dude, this isn't check. I've seen it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of neat.
I mean, his whole thing is just sort of
That
like
looks-
Wonka-esque building.
Yeah.
Right? If you plan this in advance, it's particularly tough to take a normal-looking building and just sort of give it italics.
I mean, I guess that one's kind of cool. It's cool for the novelty, I guess.
I mean, if you stuck all these in the same city,
That's not real.
That's a bike helmet.
No, that's not real.
That's a bike
That's
helmet.
not a real thing, bro. That's not real.
I feel like it is.
No, because it looks like when you put those
It looks
glasses on.
photoshopped in.
Yeah, like
Like with the funhouse bears.
yeah.
it would just kind of feel like an amusement park.
Hold on, we can design one of
Building Las Vegas.
these.
I reckon you could do a lot just by sharpening all the curves.
Okay, so if we took this and then maybe curved,
Right?
get rid of the black, and then another
Perfect.
one,
Right?
and we have right here the new
nailed
Frank
it.
Gehry building.
I mean, that's pretty spot on.
Is there anything you want to add to it?
Well, it's gotta have a 5G antenna.
Of course,
I mean,
of course.
it's not modern without that,
900 million.
That's a bargain if you think about it, considering that it took 4 cars to make. I think you should go to architecture school. We could use you here in the States. All of our buildings are
When he
boring.
said that's a bargain and turned
100
into
million.
4 hours
That's a
to make.
bargain if you think about it, considering that it took 4 cars to make. I
Oh,
think
4
you should go to
cars,
architecture
guys.
school. We could use you here in the States. All of our buildings are boring.
Ad time.
Oh, here we go.
On YouTube, NordVPN is known as one of the most easygoing
this?
sponsors. Losing their spot is a real test of skill.
This is a
For the speedrunning community, doing it the fastest is considered the ultimate challenge.
okay.
In April 2020, a new record was set. Here is that run.
These sponsoring glitches. I can't read that. So wait, is this where it started, where he's trying to lose the NordVPN sponsorships
I don't know.
by doing wild ass ads?
Go. Herder, it's me, NordVPN man. I just had sex with your wife. SwordVPN is the best company ever. VPN stands for very good net. I'm going to nordvpn.com/incognito because it gives 70% off a 3-year plan, and I tell everyone that I have a massive look. I can be anywhere in the world. Oh my god, he's in Singapore. Brazil captain, UK captain. Now he's in Australia. How is he so fast? Is he teleporting? Captain, he's inside the building. Oh, fug. Oh, shit. Oh, fug.
Every 53.
Gotta be getting boys. 70% off a 3-year plan. Use code Incognito. There are sexy proxies in your area. Use it to look at international content. God knows there's nothing new on the main channel. Internet Go Group. Equivalent to only $3.49 per month. Return free in 30 days if you hate it. You're locked indoors with the virus and you need more stuff to watch. Get international catalogs of Netflix totally legally. Wink. Free BBC. Wink, wink. Get the free content. I agree. Shadow Man here. Fuck off.
Oi, stop that.
Not today, Grand Squad Leader of China.
NordVPN, it's my only weakness.
Fulfill your dreams, get more content, give me money by signing up to Gord VIP and getting a 3-year plan. Links below. Explosion, explosion. Frederick Knudsen, explosion. NordVPN, the thinking man's VPN. Time. Do you know, I think my least favorite fact
Oh wow. Okay, here we go.
is when bring up the topic of the Colosseum.
Right.
And someone goes ahead and says, you know, they used to close up the whole Colosseum and then flood it and then have small ship battles in there.
Right.
Yeah, I know. Everybody knows.
Right.
Shut up. I knew this girl and
So how did they get the ships inside then?
I was just thinking about what type of battles they were, like how it was going.
Like normal ship
I've
battles.
never seen a ship battle. Have you seen a
Do
ship
you
battle?
know watch pirate movies?
What do you do in a ship battle?
You fire cannonballs. But I'm guessing the gates of the Colosseum are big enough to get. I don't imagine these are like
How are
flagship.
you filling up with water though?
What do you mean?
There's so many holes and questions to this.
What do you mean?
How are you filling it up with water?
You fill it up with water. Do you not know what a hose is? Wait, were hoses even invented back then? I don't know. Obviously, not how it looks now is not what it used to look like back then.
Wait, it just
It
broke
was
up
riddled
over
with
time.
holes and stuff. It's freaking old now.
and she was a friend of a friend. We got into this sort of discussion and we got sort of very different views on the world, right? She was saying, oh, she just came back from this trip to Europe. I went to the Colosseum and it was just the most beautiful thing in the world and all this stuff. And I said, she doesn't really understand irony.
Right.
And so I just went, dude, Colosseum's shit. Like how many people can you even get in there? Maybe 5,000? Have you seen like a regular stadium in Atlanta? You can get 40,000 people in there and it's got a jumbotron.
Easily.
And she's like, no, well the point is like how old it is. And so it's like the more that she's earning,
Yeah, that's what it used to look like.
she's like, no, well the point is like how old it is. And so
Filling up with water, mate.
You telling me that's not filling up with water?
How you closing it, mate?
Just put a gate right there. And problem solved.
You need to see it to believe it, man.
I guess.
it's like the more that she's earnest about it, the more I have to keep piling on. Would you rather go to the Colosseum to watch the latest Mets game, or would you rather stand around? They had hot dogs.
I feel like you'd never have an option other than to double down in that situation.
Yeah,
it's like,
it's
wow,
gonna
I'm not
be
just gonna go,
piling
oh, I'm
on.
joking. Like, I'm,
Because then it's gonna be mad awkward
to
if you
keep
just
going.
like, oh, it's just a
Yeah,
joke.
especially if the person's taking it seriously.
Yeah,
Then you have
it
to,
just makes
because
it
to make money,
funnier.
it gets more intense, and now you start thinking about things you can add on.
I know,
That's not
just to
even
see
real.
how
yeah,
much they can make.
Exactly. Like, oh, would you rather have a race in? I'm like, no, you just got to keep
you're
going.
gonna get this eventually, or we're both gonna die. Like, this.
She's still convinced that that's my viewpoint.
Le Corbusier.
Okay, so what did he do?
This dude looks like he does Holmes again.
Oh,
Wait, what do you think of that one with the colors on the front of it?
this one. I think that is hideous.
looks
Look
like
at the beautiful building in the background.
It looks like a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then look at this public toilet.
I think a splash of color on something that's otherwise just like steel and glass is kind of not fancy. Unique, I guess, is the
I
word.
can appreciate the color, but it looks like they've branded it with like a Tommy Hilfiger logo.
Yeah.
And then the flag to some obscure country no one wants to visit. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, this looks like a busway.
Yeah.
This looks like where you stand waiting for a bus.
I've built this in
Yeah,
Minecraft
that's way
before.
more of us.
100% I've built this in Minecraft before. This exact.
These are supposed to be the best examples of his work.
I mean, architects only get so good, right? Like, what's the fanciest looking building you can think of?
Parliament House is pretty good.
Parliament House. I've definitely also done this in
Oh
Minecraft.
yeah.
I like the clock towers on the edge of it.
What does Buckingham Palace look like?
Yeah?
Yeah, Parliament House looks way better than
I was
Buckingham
gonna
Palace.
say Buckingham Palace, compared to that anyway, it looks kind of plain
Yeah.
and symmetrical.
I guess that's what his vision was.
Who wants a symmetrical building? That's boring.
Have you seen the other ones? They've been like,
Yeah, they had character. It had character to them.
they looked unfinished.
I mean, say you become like super royalty of Australia.
Yeah, you become the Queen of Australia. Yeah,
Would you go with something like this?
I know what to do. Here's my palace.
Okay, I'm excited.
You take this, right? I think that's pretty good. And then, of course,
That's why he's gonna
5G.
live in a
Nice.
multi-story building.
Give it the Frank Gehry treatment. Just give it a
the
slight,
palace.
just a little something.
Frank Gehry.
Nice.
Nah.
Imagine if there's a building like that and the elevators were ever broken. But that would be so stressed to
They
get
wouldn't
from the
break the
bottom
elevator.
floor to the top.
Impossible. You can't break the elevator.
You say that, but like
in a house like that,
stuff happens.
you can't.
Stuff happens.
Legit though, legitimately, that looks like a Frank Gehry building.
The Great
Who
Pyramids.
gets to live at the top of the pyramid?
The ghost of the
pharaoh.
dude that they buried at the bottom of the
That's not
pyramid.
true.
Oh, right, that makes sense. What do you reckon of this kind of architecture? Simple.
Simple's one way to put it,
Very
yeah.
3D.
We could do this in 2 weeks. If
My friend believes giants built the pyramid.
Yeah.
Do you believe that as well?
Yeah.
Oh, are you serious?
What other logical explanations are there?
Okay, fair play. Nice.
Yeah. Giants or dwarves, either one. Yeah. Because you know how dwarves are amazing at building stuff.
You know what? Personally, I think it was the dinosaurs.
Oh, that's also.
I think they made it first because
that's
maybe that's what he meant. Giant dinosaurs.
giant dinosaurs. Yeah. See, he was thinking
Yeah.
2 steps ahead.
Crazy. Because how are these little people building this?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like
impossible.
we don't build skyscrapers now.
Yeah.
We get the dinosaurs to do it.
Skyscrapers, what are those? Actually, I know what they are, but
But yeah, I know the
like,
name.
in terms of
I
like
know the
building
name.
them, like
Yeah,
what
I
are
know
those?
the
Like
name.
no one builds them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, we
Like,
get.
if we didn't have the dinosaurs, like we'd be lost. It's absolutely.
All our houses would be like this.
Yeah, all that would be like friggin' reach level.
Yeah,
or something.
exactly.
If we wanted, this is easy as shit, dude.
Like, if you start from the top, it would take like a it would take no time at all.
They would redo this, but they'd do it in like, you know, with hideous glass and steel.
It would literally be you and me and just like half a chopped down tree at the end of 2 weeks. And we'd be like, holy shit, we were way off.
I bet this is really easy to build.
Famous last words, man.
With modern day stuff, you know, I get that it wasn't easy to build back then.
Not even modern day stuff. Let's say you, me, and we get like 30,000 slaves. Because that's probably what they had then, right? You think we could figure it out?
I just have to predict the comments because they're gonna go, oh, actually, there weren't slaves. It was all done through paid labor and service to the whatever at the time, the Ra. No, wait, that's the sun god.
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh.
Yeah, Pharaoh.
Yeah, okay, so if we had 30,000 laborers, do we get modern tools?
Yeah, I think we could definitely get it done with forklifts and 30,000 slaves.
yeah, exactly.
I think we'd be just fine.
The real question is, how do we fix
No, I don't
this?
think
A
so.
pyramid, you say?
Boring. Yeah, the pyramid's boring.
What if we made it upside down?
Done work upside down, all the people fall off. Like a guard tower.
Ah, there you go.
That's better.
Yeah, the ground floor of anything should have food, right?
Food, yep.
Maybe like solar
vending
panels.
machines.
That's a great idea.
I don't really know what they'd be powering, but I just feel like you've got the surface area.
Yeah, exactly.
Ah, it's like an angel out of Evangelion, huh?
Yeah, go Exodia.
There you go.
Hey.
I feel like we could do some terraced rice paddies. Yeah, you get what I mean, right?
Yeah, you can have it like running down. Everybody needs grain.
The Egyptians really were idiots, man. They didn't think of a single one of these things.
I know, right? No imagination.
plus
What do you
skate
like?
ramp there. You need a
Triangle.
skate ramp,
Yeah,
for
that
sure.
big
No
triangle.
imagination.
Dude with a lion on his face.
Someone killed Tutankhamun. Triangle. Right, I think that's pretty good.
Maybe a lightning pole at the top of it.
Oh yeah, for more electricity. Think of how much electricity they'll be producing.
What is that? What lightning poles do?
Lightning.
Oh, look at that.
Could you imagine looking at that and not saying that that was better than the original?
I mean, I'm currently erect I mean, look at it.
Speaking of erect, you ever noticed this building?
Ah, yeah, I've been there.
It is enormous.
It is.
I had
amount
no
was
idea
that?
how big it was.
Wait, I mean, compared to what though?
I saw it as this is like a 10-story house or something.
Fuck no. No, it's much bigger than that.
These things,
Have you seen it in real life?
No, of course not.
How big do you imagine it is?
It's clearly not a 10-story house like I thought.
I was thinking around that as well.
Nah, I didn't
Or
think.
like
I
something
thought
like
30,
the
40.
Empire State.
Nah, I thought like 30, 40, maybe 50 stories.
I don't even know how high that is. Like I can't
I don't
calculate
know.
that
It's
in my
probably
head.
a lot higher.
are actually really tall, these poles.
Yes.
Oh,
I mean, that's
snap.
those things are probably 10 of me. Yeah.
And then you compare that to that.
Yeah, it's a big
I
one.
remember seeing it the first time and just going, holy.
So if you say those poles are like
I think they should do it. I think they should
15
stack
feet
them.
high, let's say those poles are 15 feet high, and that's how small they look compared to that.
Yeah.
So I don't even think that's 50 stories. That's way more
That's
than 50
way more than
stories.
15 feet. That's like 20,
Yeah, so 15, 20 feet.
25, yeah, 20.
And it's still like compared to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it is just about the highest point in pretty much all of DC.
What is it for?
A philosophy he calls
No idea, mate.
Because it doesn't look like a building you live in. Because I didn't see any windows.
Bro, they just be building stuff, don't they?
It's just like,
You
oh,
don't
we
live
have
in the
money to
pyramids.
waste.
You don't live in the pyramids.
I mean, I think the idea was more to kind of. I actually don't know what the pharaohs built the pyramids for. I think it was more to kind of like flex their power,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
organic architecture. He believes in designing structures that were in harmony with humanity and their environment.
Right.
That's pretty good.
This was his house.
Holy shit.
Oh, what do you think of that?
It looks like
That's a nice house.
if you told me this was just a zoomed in picture of like a little thing that you would put on your desk that flows water, I would believe you.
Problem with this is, it's in between a whole bunch of trees and that.
Right.
You're not going to get any good 5G signal out here. I think you'd want that, like,
They really
I'm sure the architect might have something to say about it, but you know what? He had his go.
he's dead now. Don't worry about that.
There's got to be exactly at least one architect who would attribute his architectural career to Minecraft. There has to be at least one.
You're not entirely wrong,
yeah.
because now, right, you go to the city, and it's nothing but 3 building materials.
Sydney Opera
It's
House.
steel, glass, concrete.
Right.
Because those are the cheapest things, the easiest things to work with.
Right.
So now in the virtual world, we have everyone reviving these beautiful classical styles, and they do it in Minecraft.
Right.
Look at that. Wouldn't you be so proud to have that in the middle of your city? And then compare that to, like,
What an egg.
yeah, who wants the egg?
Happy Easter, everyone.
Boo. One of those things you ask Google to.
Oh, a Google Home or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like that kind of design.
Yeah. God, that thing be loud as shit when the alarms go off.
There are 3 events tomorrow.
This doesn't look all that bad. This almost looks like a little segment out of the
Kind
Futurama
of looks
intro.
steampunk.
That is
yeah.
gorgeous.
Mind Your Manners by Emily Richardson. Why isn't her name showing up as the top architecture? This thing shits on some things IRL. We gotta play some Minecraft, by the way. I feel like this would be an appropriate co-op. Let's see how well the Radish Boys can make a real radish farm, you know?
Well, maybe we could do that on Twitch.
Yeah,
Do you have a Twitch?
I do have a Twitch.
What? What's the URL for your Twitch?
Twitch.tv/Sumeto Media, streaming some days.
What?
Some days.
What the hell? I think I have a Twitch.
You do? Oh, look at that.
Amazing.
You know what I always kind of got jealous of is like in America, right? The country is not all that old. It's, I mean, as new as it gets, really, if you think about it. When I watch travel videos and like as new as it gets, really, if you think about it. When I watch travel videos and like food videos in like England, they'll have like just squared up looking buildings or like castle looking building or just like a pub.
Yes.
But it'll be like
it's
700
boring,
years old or
though.
something stupidly old.
Yeah,
Because the country's just been around for so long.
Yeah, some people's houses are sort of 600 years old. So what happens is there are all these regulations. Like anytime anyone wants to do any sort of extension, maintenance, anything, they have to go through like 18 levels of council approval. That always takes so much time and it ends up being so expensive. You know, these people who have old school thatched roofs and they're not allowed to improve them and they have to get them like re-thatched. And
Yeah, because you have to keep it like
Yeah.
how it was. But like, in terms of like history wise, and like, being able to look back to the old days is good and all that. But in terms of like just modern day wise and living or going to visit, it's just boring.
What for in England?
Yeah, for like
It's
the
not,
buildings and the
know.
areas. I feel like it's just boring because it's like there's really not much to do. It's just
Yeah, there isn't much to do.
I mean,
but it's
like I'm saying, if you want to go there for like
aspect of it.
like just to kind of have that atmosphere of where
Yeah,
it might
yeah,
have
it's the
felt
visual
like to be
aspect
able
of
to
it.
be in that time period,
Yeah.
then yeah, it's cool. But that's like a 2 minute tops feeling, and then you're like, okay, I'm over it now.
No, see. Oh snap!
And they can't just get a regular roof. And they're tired of it. And they go, you know what? Electrical fire.
Does Australia have any famous buildings?
Yeah, we got one.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Sydney
P.
Opera
Sherman,
House.
42 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Hold on.
That's the address, right?
You patronizing. I don't appreciate this. We've got a beautiful building. It's called that one.
Aha.
Oh, here's a bit of you. That one.
That is quite good looking.
Sydney Opera House.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big. And it's like right on the water too, which is nice.
Yeah.
Do they
that's
actually
really
do
nice
opera
view.
there, or is it just like a big like NASCAR circuit on the inside?
Yeah, they do opera there. They do all sorts of stuff. And then they can use that as like a generator. And then boats can kind of come in there and people just sort of jump off into the spinning wheel.
Right,
Put
yeah,
them
yeah.
down on the platform and boom. Who would say that's not an improvement?
I mean,
Everyone.
yeah. So they spin, right?
Yeah, they spin. And then they generate electricity. And then that's what powers the opera. And then it's in the water.
To make the
Ah,
move.
perfect. You could probably show this to somebody who doesn't know what the Sydney Opera House looks like, and they'd probably just accept it. Oh, those spin? Oh, interesting.
You see what I mean? Like this comes free, and then they just drive this thing around the
There
city.
you go.
Right,
You know what I mean? Everyone just hops on the Sydney Opera House,
right.
and you just drive that around downtown. You catching the
Opera
Opera House
House
downtown?
on the
Yeah,
The Sydney Opera Boat.
yeah, Sydney Opera Boat. Look at this is
Love the
architectural,
Sydney
right?
Opera Boathouse.
It's rock, yeah. I mean, this is primitive.
You know they can't hear you, right? The video is pretty loud, and you're just speaking. I can barely hear you.
The power of editing.
Are you gonna mute the video?
No.
Gonna turn it
Play
down?
the video, man. Why are you?
I'm
interrupting
asking
the
what
video?
you're gonna do so that we entertain. Are you not?
problem
Are you
with
not?
working it
Are you not entertained?
out
Are
is
you?
your head doesn't actually get any bigger.
What happened?
So your body gets enormous.
There aren't too many head
guys,
exercises,
Guys,
that's
the
the issue.
headphones is
Yeah.
out.
Don't care. The video's still playing.
Guys, the
I
headphones
don't
is out.
care.
This is a fight.
Pause.
It's like a
it
Gundam
out.
pilot, but like the dude's actual head is at the top.
Yeah, he hops in here. Enormous.
There aren't too many head exercises, that's the issue.
Yeah.
Perfect. It's like a Gundam pilot, but like the dude's actual head is at the top.
Oh,
Yeah, he hops in here and he's like,
Go go Gundam activate. Whoop! It's crushing time. That's pretty good animation right there.
oh, sorry, Smito. I'm going into a tunnel. I enjoyed. Goodbye.
Oh,
Problem solved. And you have the
Sword
short
VP.
yourself.
wow. That was a real quick ending to a really good video.
Yeah, they normally drag it on.
Exactly.
So I guess
That
they
was
had to
real-
go.
I guess we should do the same. Bye and see you next week.